Okay, today we're going to talk about infinite geometric series. Let me get rid of this. And infinite geometric series are geometric series, so we are multiplying to get the terms, and they're added or subtracted, but they go on forever. And so continue forever, there's no end. The ones that we talked about in the previous lesson actually ended. There's two words that you need to know associated with this. Converge means that that series actually reaches a limit, that it comes to an answer. And diverge means that it increases or decreases without limit. So it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, or smaller and smaller and smaller. The way that you figure out whether it's going to converge or diverge is based on the r, so what you're multiplying by. And if the absolute value of your r, so it doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative, so put it in absolute value, if that number is less than 1, it is going to converge. It's going to come to an answer. If that number is greater than or equal to 1, it's going to diverge. And again, you're not going to see many with an r equal to 1 because those are very boring. But all you have to do is figure out the r. If it's less than 1, when you take the absolute value, it's going to converge. If it's greater than 1, when you take the absolute value, it's going to diverge. So let's see if you can decide about these. If you want to pause and decide, you can. If not, you can just listen. So here, the first thing I want to do is figure out what my r is. And if you remember, if you can't just look at it and tell, then take your second term and put it over your first term and reduce. So 1/2 over 1 is 1/2. So my r is 1/2. Since the absolute value of that is less than 1, this is going to converge. The second one, you're multiplying by 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. So your r is 2. Since the absolute value of that is greater than 1, it's going to diverge. Okay, so what's the question now? We talked about if it converges. Well, what does it converge to? What number does it end up getting close to? There's a formula for this. So the formula for the sum of a convergent geometric series is s, with no end because it does not end, equals a sub 1 over 1 minus r. That will tell us what our series would add up to if it continues on infinitely. Alright, so here's our examples. Example 2, we are going to find the sum. My r is a negative 1/3, because if you put your second one over your first one, you get your r. Your a sub 1 is 1. So if I plug those in, s is going to equal 1 over 1 minus r. And again, that top one is the 1 from the a sub 1. This formula will be on your formula sheet for the exam. So 1 over 4/3. If you flip and multiply, you get 3/4. So this series will converge to 3/4. On the bottom one, example 3, you notice that your r is 2. You're multiplying by 2 each time. And if that is a question and they're asking you to find the sum, then you just put it diverges, because there is no answer that it's going to add up to. This one would obviously get bigger and bigger and bigger, so would keep getting bigger infinitely. And that is all you need to know about infinite geometric sums for me. We can get more detailed in other classes, or if you continue on into calculus, but for right now, this is all you need to know.